In this lab, we will use automated machine learning to find the best performing regression model for predicting automobile prices. We will do all of this from the Azure Machine Learning Studio without writing a single line of code. The first thing you'll need to do in this lab is set up your data set. So you could go over to this Datasets tab over here, and you could create a data set using local files, data store, web files, or open data sets. For this example, I've already created my data set, as you can see, automobile price. So once I have my data set set up, I'm going to go over to the AutoML tab over here under Authoring, and I'm going to go ahead and launch a new AutoML run, just with a few clicks of a button. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that data set that I set up a little earlier, automobile price. So once I have my data set up, I can go ahead and give my experiment a name. So I'm going to call this automobile price. Once I have my experiment name, I need to choose my target column. In this case, it's price. And then we need to choose a compute that we're going to use to train our experiment, and it's automatically going to scale to our experiment needs. And for this example, we're going to go ahead and choose our task type. AutoML supports classification, regression, and time series forecasting, but this is a regression example as we're predicting price, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and set up some additional configuration settings, which is what I'm going to do right now. So for this example, the default setting is to evaluate the primary metric Spearman correlation, but let's go ahead and evaluate normalized root mean squared error. And let's set some additional criteria. So for exit criteria, let's go ahead and set it to be 0.056. So what this does is, as soon as the model reaches this specific score, it's going to go ahead and complete the run. I'm going to go ahead and save this and launch my AutoML experiment by clicking Finish. And what's happening here is it's intelligently testing those multiple models for us. It's going to return the optimized one for us. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a run that completed earlier while this launches. So I'm going to open up this automobile price prediction. And what we see once this completes is the recommended model. In this case, it's max abscalar random forest. And we could also see the metric value. But let's just say we're not happy with this model. We could go over to the Models tab over here, and we could explore all the other models that were explored during the specific run. And we could see the normalized root mean squared error for this specific run. If I click on one of them, for example, I could see some additional run metrics like explained variance, mean absolute error, to identify if this model is good enough. Additionally, AutoML provides visualizations, for example, like the predicted versus 2, the residual histogram, to understand if this model is good enough. And that brings us to the end of this lab.